Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first Casters Clash. With me is the amazing Kid Kerrigan. Kerry, thank you so much for coming on to host today with me, or tonight if you're in the United States. No problem. Or tonight if you're in the United States. We got some very sweaty teams coming up. These are players from Premier Division Phase 1 and potentially Phase 2 that have been picked up by our casters in their own little casters draft teams. So first game up today, we will have Team Skimmy versus Team Phoenix. It'll be pretty cool to see. We've got some massive names on that list as well, Kerry. Have you seen the player list?
I've been having a look, and you know, I'm leaning Phoenix way, but you know me, I'm going for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like I can't choose, but I'm leaning to Team Phoenix.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, Team Phoenix consists of the team captain from Crimson, who just came back from the Intercontinental Clash, taking Mindfreak to a 7-game series, barely dropping short at the end there. Altivian.
They did really well though.
They did really well.
From what I saw.
Moops from Pleb to Pro, recently promoted to Premier Division. Penta, the main tank for Mindfreak. Konya from Downfall. Lahal from Outlaws. And he's got Flaze and Iceball Water in backup there, just in case someone isn't available, which may need to be used. A couple of subs are already being pulled in for this round's games. But yeah, and Skimmy's got a pretty sexy team lineup as well, Kerry.
KVA, Lucka, Pesky, Stumpy, Deceptive, and then Superfish and Dummy subbing. So I guess we'll see how their team comes together as well. I'm pretty excited to see Lahal play. I'm not gonna lie. I've known Lahal for the longest time in this community, and I'm just like hype. I'm so hyped for the entire series, but like, you know where my heart's at sometimes.
No, he was the captain for Outlaws. He's really gone a long way with his team. We're not too sure what's happening this coming season with Outlaws. We'll find out, I suppose, in a couple of weeks' time. But let's get all the casters in here. So we're going to jump into the big group chat with all of the casters. I know that Kit Fox and Winters are already sitting in their lobby waiting to go. And we're waiting on, hey guys, welcome. Welcome everyone.
Hello, team.
Yo.
So we have Skimmy to my left, below me, GL Phoenix. And on either side of GL, you have Winters, the bearded monstrosity Viking god himself, and Kit Fox on the other side there too. Guys, how are you feeling about today's games?
Excited. Very excited.
I'm confident.
If Big Kev was here, he'd be excited.
Yeah, well, he got overexcited, and that's why he's not. Rip Big Kev, Australian legend. But I had to make 2 subs. Hiccup is unavailable. He has actually just turned up, but he's still on the bench because, you know, the boys are ready to go. And then guess who didn't turn up? The only Rich Gang player that I chose, Fesh, is still not online. I'm still looking at his friends list. 7 hours since he last came online, but it's all right. I've got Doubt in, so I'm ready to go against, it looks like Morton and Disco. What was it? Disco and GLP's team led by Morton, so G2G.
Disco and Winters' team, yeah. So Winters is going to be
my team? I'm all of a sudden taking care of 2 teams?
You get 2 teams now, GL. Congratulations.
So I win regardless. Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, what did you say earlier, Kerry? Kid Fox is Fesh out of subs.
Fesh out of subs. Nailed it.
Both
we weren't even live at the time. I felt bad that I dropped that one when, you know, it's all right. We made up for it. There was a bit of a hiccup, so now you're Fesh out of subs.
This is going to be going on all day.
This is.
I'm loving this. Thanks for having me on, guys.
No problem. I'm just looking at the lobbies now. It looks like I'm in the wrong lobby again. There are so many lobbies going. I'm trying to find the lobby for your team, GL and Skimmy. Have you guys got it?
Yeah, we've got a lobby, mate.
Sweet.
Yeah, Skimmy's the one who's more on top of it than I am. My team's just like
broadcast. I think Phoenix likes that broadcast right there, mate.
All right,
Geo,
we're
Phoenix,
kicking
and
off our game
Skimitar.
one, guys.
Cool. Well, let's get everyone in this one.
There's
We're
one of the more
going-
interesting ways of putting my name out there. Yeah, I'll take it.
We're going to Dragonshire, it looks like, for this first game here.
What a map. What an absolute map to see a Clown Fiesta take place. You know, the comms are going to be fantastic. I jumped to my comms before and everyone's just going high, 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 high. That's what I want. You know, I want a high octane communication in my team. I want them to talk as fast as me. If they talk as fast as me, they're subbed in. Let's go, baby.
I'm just hoping my team actually turns up in the first place.
Well, you've got a team here. I mean, everyone. You've got Penta, Altivian, Moops, Lahal, and Domi. I believe is Domi just a sub?
No, I need.
No, Domi's on
Konya on my team.
Skimmy's team. Where is Konya?
Yeah, Domi's my super sub. He's going to be sitting on the bench there, just acting as the coach and comms, keeping the boys happy, keeping the girls happy. You know, we are a gender accepting community here on Team Skimmy. So feel the love, get a smile.
Happy about it.
I like it too, Kit Kerrigan. I like it too.
Well, guys, I'm pretty sure that we're all ready to go. So we'll get this first game underway. Are you ready? I'm waiting for the team. I'm waiting for the team.
Like, do we have Konya online? Just asking, because Konya is my starter and Flaze is technically on the bench. And
look at this captain. The team that has Flaze loses. The meme.
Oh, I'm getting spicy. I'm getting in their heads. I'm getting in their heads, mate.
So you guys are going over to Dragonshire. Meanwhile, Team Kit Fox versus Team Disco Winters are going over to Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Ooh.
So this will be interesting.
Ooh.
Well, we've got.
I want to watch both games at the same time. Feels bad.
I know it does. I mean, if
And
you
we
want
got a
to, Kerry,
Phoenix.
did you want to jump into their lobby and I'll sit in this one?
We're underway. We've actually already got a Phoenix and Tracer picked on the side.
we're halfway through the big
Yeah,
band phase. What are you guys doing?
I'm good. Keeping it simple.
We're just
All right.
bumming around in a goddamn lobby.
All right. Well, in that case, let's get this game underway. What do you reckon, boys? We'll jump straight into the draft. We'll see you on the other side. Good luck, Skimmy. Good luck.
Good luck, team.
GL. Good luck, Kid Fox. Good luck, Winters. And in your game, and we will see you on the other side of this.
We do have actually Konya coming on, so we do, I think, get Konya. It's like, I don't know what's going on with my team.
Konya sends me a Snapchat.
He
sends me a Snapchat. It's just a blue screen of death, and I'm like, nice, bro.
Yeah, I saw in one of the Discords is like having to drive to an internet cafe. I was like, oh, that is just wonderful. I was like, team.
Hopefully we're good. He's.
It looks like we're good. He's just waiting for.
No, he's not.
No, that's a 10-minute queue summer. I've been waiting. Make it a 4v5. Let's roll the clip. I need to keep this to a tight schedule. Things to do.
Tight schedule. Mate. We're professional here.
We are very professional.
Ready.
All right, we're good. Let's
ready.
push on the road.
We're going into Dragonshire. We're going to shut up now and hand you over to the casters. GL Phoenix and Skimmy, take it away.
Well, GL Phoenix, this is going to be a fantastic game. Pleasure to be here with you, mate. My ginger compatriot. We're gonna jump into this one. You've got a beard. I don't, but that doesn't matter because it's Dragonshire time. It's time for the.
I was wondering where you're going to go with that.
You know, I'm going. I'm starting this cast off with a bang, mate. You know, super serious. I see a murky ban. That's what we're getting.
This is the kind of serious that I want to be seeing out of this kind of high intensity competition as we do get straight into a bump from the back to the lobby.
Tommy, who did we lose?
Tommy banned. Tommy is banned. I'm frocking it in my Discord right now.
Brilliant
All right,
start.
good luck again, team.
Sweet, thanks. Bit of a false start. Let's get right back into it. Hopefully.
Are we going to get that murky?
I like the draft strategy right off the bat. I'll say that much.
Well, I have been told, by multiple people that, our team, it's not really got a clear direction where we want to go. We may see 5 DPS. We may see Pesky do a classic and just run it down with Sylvanas and go nibble. At the end of the day, dieting is very important, but it's also important when you're going for those structures.
Exactly. Just getting a little bit here and there and just making sure your opponents really know what they're in for.
They are hovering at this one quite a bit now. You know, I was a little bit
Mm.
disappointed. We saw Murky Band. We did that fantastic introduction about, you know, beards and the life story of you and me. But then we're going to go for a Junkrat. So there is a little bit of sweat dripping off these people's body
Ooh.
at the start of a day here in ANZ.
Yeah, just a little bit sweat. Not too much. It's getting more towards winter, so it's not as warm as it usually gets here. But it is a little bit of sweat just to make sure that the teams know what they're in for. And then this happens.
I like that. I do
Team,
like that.
Come on.
We're going to see a
I'm actually pretty
deck
happy with it,
game.
yeah. Actually
Okay,
pretty
well,
impressed by that.
I don't have Yarn on my team, so the old man won't be out in Truthfuls, but I'm curious to
good
see
old
who's going to be
Yarn, yeah.
procking that one. I'm looking at my lineup. I'm wondering who's going to be the support player right now. We see a Genji. That's a little bit sweaty. I'd imagine old TVN really wants to try and bring it to his teammate KVA.
Yeah, I was wondering just how sweaty both these teams are going to go, and seems that with that Lily pick, we've cemented the sweatiness of this competition
Oh,
already.
there we go. You know, I'm going to give you a bit of insight right now. I'm looking at my Discord, and Pesky has said I'm only going to be playing Sylvanas and Tyrande. Roll the clip.
Well, you were worried about who was going to be playing support. Well, you've got two supports to now try and
Fantastic.
fill out at this point. And yeah, that Butcher is just sticking out like a sore thumb.
This is a quick match draft. I like the fact we've drafted Butcher into a Lily. As an old friend Luckadog once said, ban Lily, but it hasn't been banned. So now, you know, we are left in a bit of a predicament here.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at where these next bans are going to go. I mean, what do you even go towards?
Well, I mean, you ban Gull, you might as well ban Cho. Because I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
you can't leave one of them up without taking out the other.
You know, it's called disrespect. It's all about getting into your opponent's head. You know, I was talking some crap towards Flaves before they banned the Sylvanas, but Pesky's already picked her hero. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I know. I mean,
we're already in their head, mate. They don't
they
even
would
know
not-
what's going on.
they're just not privy to the information that you already have, and yeah, that's essentially a wasted ban. But now that's a sweaty ban.
I like that a lot. You know, KBS is saying you can't play this dumb dog hero Garrosh. You can't taunt me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that KVA didn't pick it up just to take it away himself, because he's a pretty damn good garage himself. So
Well, let's be
interesting that
honest.
it's not going to be available.
Phoenix, these are the best two tanks in the region, KVA and Penta right now. They're flexing their might.
Oh yeah. And so we have the best tanks in the region here in this game, whereas in the other series we have two of the best DPS in Australia and potentially the world, according to what we heard on during the draft on Wednesday.
Somebody didn't take their medicine that day, did they?
Yeah, I think there was a few question marks over everyone's head when. I'm just going to say that much.
What are we going for right here, Phoenix? You got 10 seconds left on the clock. You procced a Lily. You got the Genjo. Where do you rock and roll?
Oh, I hope.
Oh,
Oh, please,
okay.
why?
a bit of KT. I like it. And a bit of
Okay,
ETC.
okay, that I'm fine with. I can deal with a little bit of standard, just with a little bit of Gouda just weaved in here and there. I mean, I don't know where that's actually going to go.
I'm just wondering now. You know, we've got that Butcher hyper carry. We're going to redefine the meta. You know, there was a time and place we had a double support for your Valet. No. We're going to do it into a Butcher now, and we're going to run it against the Lily because we don't care about blinds. You know, we're not Illidan. We can still see. We can still get the job done. 30 seconds on the clock. I want to see some interesting stuff. Oh, that is a pocket Stitches. That is the KBA. You know, a bit of trivia for you guys. Back in Alpha, when me and him first started this game, he went like 50-0 in Hero League. Like, just could not lose on the Hero.
The Hero can be a
bit of
bit of a
information.
menace to deal with.
We saw Penta actually play it at the Intercontinental Clash, right? They
Yeah,
got
you
some
did
pretty
pretty damn good
interesting
job with
vibes of it.
Mm.
Just
Yeah,
reading my
and,
Discord now. I want to get some
Just-
inside information. My headset has 4% battery. That's what I like to hear.
oh, good start. The communication is going to be just tip top as you really need when you have a Butcher in the game.
I'm actually really liking the fact that we have 3 primarily auto attack based heroes into a Lily. You know, my team is really on the point.
Yeah.
I do have Luckadog saying, "Can I go to sleep yet?" That's always a good start.
Ooh, Arthur's to finish it off. So we do tend to deal with those auto attacks not too bad. I mean, as you mentioned, we got those blinds. The Arthur's does all right. The Slowing Tempest will help out in that regard. So I'm reasonably confident, but I'm just not entirely sure how this is going to go in this first game.
To be honest here, mate, I feel like, you know, we're the ones that are being proactive and your team is being quite reactive. You know, you're looking at my team and going, well, we can't let that one happen. There's Stump God on Greymane. Oh, it's good to see that she's expanded that hero pool. You know, it once was a Cassia one trick. I gave her a lot of love for that one, but she has fleshed things out. We're going to see some exciting times.
Oh, Skimmy, what is this draft? You've got KVA on Deckard Cain, my friend.
You know, we do things differently.
God.
We do things very differently in my life, and you know, my Discord is popping off right now. I see some smiles. I see some love heart reacts.
I am keen to see this Greymane play. I'm a fan of the Greymane.
I'm loving that Lahal's on the Kel'Thas there. Kel'Thuzad, sorry. I think that's going to get some serious value if he can lock down Tyrande into Butcher or Greymane when he dives. Stump God on Greymane though. You're right, Skimmy. Good to see her expanding her hero pool.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, this one is it's gonna be an interesting one to start off the day. We got a little bit of normalcy in the draft, but we also just got some of the weird things going on. I mean, as was mentioned, the deck is
it's memes, right?
Yeah, it's about making it a little bit less serious. It is a fun event, and just have a little bit of fun with it.
Let's kick it off, Phoenix. I'm excited. It's the very first ANZ Casters Clash. It's me. It's you. On Dragon Shire, I'm going to introduce my team on the left, rocking those blue colours. It's KVA to tank. 4 Crimson on Deckard Cain. That is a first-time appearance. I love to see it. You want to see it. Deceptive Smurf. He's procking some Butcher. Pesky. They ban away to Sylvanas, but she picks a Tyrande. She doesn't seem to care. Stump God expanding her hero pool with a Greymane. And Lucka Dog, the classic runner. He's on stitches.
5.
And on my team, for Team Phoenix, we have Ultivian on the EDC. Bit of a role swap. Moops is on the Lily because it was not banned. Penta is actually going to be on the Genji. Konya is on Arthas, and Lahal is going to be on the Kel'Thuzad.
We got some interesting role swaps there. I like it. It's sweaty drafts to a degree, but you know, the people are swapping things out. They're not going to take it too seriously, all for the show. Dancing in mid lane. I do see a Ganymede on the floor. It is my favorite emote. You know, it does tilt your opponent, but that's a massive perk. Looking for Lahal right there. They're going to go charge on in. Can they get the kill at the tower? Yes, they can. And a massive bind onto 3 people. That's how we do it in Team Skimmy. We lock you in place. And you proc a Colgate smile.
Yeah, that's a really good start, but I'm not entirely happy considering that it did not end up all that well for my team. But yeah, good little hook onto the Kel'Thuzad, making sure that he couldn't get anywhere, and that great lockdown coming down from the Deckard Cain he has a lot of lockdown in his kit and can be very painful to deal with.
Well, as my team can clearly demonstrate, we are running it down. There is no time to soak XP. Top lane, we don't care. Mid lane, what is that? It's all about that 5-man rotation in the bottom lane, pushing on through, get some kills, and we're going to start those giants as well. I like this.
Yeah, and also just making sure that the Butcher can sufficiently get enough of those meat stacks in early game.
Oh, she's running it. Now, this is a classic in a Hero League right here. 3 boys in a moment's notice. The hook comes out from Lucka, but she can't save the girl. Rapunzel let her hair down. She's dead in that castle.
And a nice little pickup in rotation, and still we have nice control of that top area coming out for Team Phoenix. I'm very happy that they're able to do that as they get a nice lockdown onto 2 members.
That's a fantastic scroll of ceiling, but you know, the Butcher is going to fall on down. Some blood stacks have been lost. We need a transfusion. He's low.
Yeah, it just needs a little bit more of that blood, although I will say that some of these owls coming in from Pesky, they're landing. They'll stack up over time, which could be a little bit of a worry as we get later and later into this game.
KBA, locked in place here.
Almost gets the hook.
You hate to see it. You really do hate to see it. You know, he told me before this, he's like, can I go back to bed? And I said, no, you have to play. This is XL5, you know? Kevin and Lucka Dog wants my teammates back in the Alpha days before I was a caster. We're now reborn. It's XL5 plus E-Girls with a 5th, and the 5th being Deceptive Smurf. But that is not an awkward 5th will. There's the will that is going to drive us forward as Deceptive picks up the kill onto ETC, but then they trade things out. The Bermuda Triangle, things go amiss, people fall on down.
Yeah, just trading kills back and forward, and at least now we do have the Tyrande falling in the mid lane. but the top side is now in favor of Team Skimmy. So it's just trading back and forth in this early game, but we do have a little bit of an experience lead over to my side.
Stumpy up against her boyfriend in the top lane. No? How is Penta going to play this one? If she's low, is he going to let her live? You know, that's the question. We don't want to have any, big arguments after this one.
Or no domestics here. We're just all about that good, clean fun. As
Good vibes.
Well, is a little bit of damage down, and we do have both of the shrines in favor of the red side, but we already have Deceptive and Pesky in the mid lane to dissuade any dragon take.
Deceptive and Pesky, both teammates on Rich Gang. They have a little bit of synergy.
And they are sticking around to make sure that he's not going to get taken in any way, shape, or form. But Deceptive feinting the dive, but he's not going to get there as Pesky is going to take a lot of pressure from Konyo, gets the lockdown, and they will do a lot of damage. And there goes the Toronto goes down.
You know, she just stands still. She just realizes, this is my fate. My third death. I'm expecting at least 10 to 15 this time, GL.
Oh, a great cleanse coming out onto Lahal, but he is going to be locked down a little bit. Decent amount of damage being returned, and with Konyo rotating down to that mid lane as well, they will be able to pick up that Butcher.
Oh, Deceptive falls on down. Stumpy rocks up to the fire, feeling like it's her time to shine. Scroll ceiling isn't going to collapse, but does some good zoning. The hook turn around, maybe looking for Konyo right here, but the binds onto Stumpy as she jumps back in. Baited and outsmarted, outdrafted as well as the scroll is there. The stun onto 2 as they look to try and get some follow-up. But a 1-level lead so far for your team there, boys.
Yeah, not too bad of a start. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how things are going so far, as Moops is going to be taking a little bit of pressure, but he is going to be able to walk out of that. But Connie's going to be the next target, as they do get a great amount of lockdown onto the backline of Team Skimmy. But Connie is going to be the first one to maybe fall in this fight, but they started to split some of their attention, not going for Konyo, trying to get onto Lahal, but it just doesn't work out. But they do almost getting the lockdown. They do finally get it.
That's what we like to see. We get that split focus. Konyo does live, but we managed to get a 2-for-1 trade in the end. It was a bit of a clan fiesta, a bunch of boys on the dance floor dancing around. It is a Saturday. I don't know what time it is for you. It might be a Friday, but either way, it's the weekend, so get your boogie on.
Even if it is a Friday, it'd probably be Friday night at this point, so it's an appropriate time to get those dance moves on.
Look at this. 1v1 on the bottom lane.
Oh, here we go.
I like it. Spray goes on the floor. SPT!
Ooh, now that's... Yeah, that is a throwback. It's even the 2017. Yeah, making sure that they know what is at stake as Pesky's trying to take this 1v1. Oh, that is just a tilter.
That was one of the most anticlimactic 1v1s.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're going to make the giant outplay. It's like, oh, he just dies. Never mind. But they do manage to trade it back, end up getting a 2-for-1. They do manage to wrest control of both of the shrines over to the side of Team Phoenix. But they won't be able to get the dragon because we already have Stump God, or actually standing on it, won't be actually able to secure it himself, as they do get interrupted.
Getting in the top lane, it was clean. KB was there to support. To try and take out Ultivan, who has gone for that stage dive, so expect some big global plays. Bottom lane is pushing in your favor. We are still hungry for that level 10. That's what we need. That's what you want.
Oh, dodging out from the scrolls of healing with the stage dive. So interesting play, but doesn't manage to keep himself safe from harm. He is going to just trade away damages. With the heroic advantage, we are just going to be taking a lot of aggression to the side of Team Skimmy, as Lucky is going to be the next target. He is going to get locked down. Here comes the damage going all the way through. They do finish off the stitches.
There's just so much lockdown. It is a little bit disgusting. I am hungover, and I feel a little bit more worse after seeing that.
It's just one of those mornings, isn't it, Skimmy?
It really is. The Stump God now is going to be another casualty amongst it all. 3 boys saying hello. They pick up the top shrine. Once again, going to go for that chance of picking up the DK. Who is there? Penta is there. DK number 1 for you.
Pretty happy with that. And we already have a 2-level advantage. So pretty good spot for my team here. Just going to be able to expand that experience lead with the use of this Dragon Knight. As I attempted to play, but just didn't end up landing the chain. So it all just looks a little bit awkward.
Look a little bit awkward. We've actually got the Lornado. I'm excited about this one. There's been a bit of conflict, right, with Deckard Cain. What is his go-to ultimate? You know, stay a while and listen. Fantastic for those wombo combos. Lornado, though, the zoning potential, I suppose the logic really is your team, they pile in as a 5-man unit. They try and lock somebody in place. You've seen it happen all day long. If we can get a fight and a choke, that with a lamb to slaughter, ooh, juicy.
Yeah, and we're just talking about the amount of control on the side of my team, but yeah, with that Lornado, you can control a fair bit of space. As KVA is going to be the next target, as we're now in all sorts of different positions. Oh, here comes a stage dive, though.
That's a massive turnaround there as the stage dive lands with the 3 people slowed on down as the jugs are healing. The fight continues. Moops is on for 1. In all chat saying Moops is useless.
We already knew that, though. But here we go. He's chasing down Stomp God, but the healing's too good from the Deckard.
KVA is rocking and rolling with that potion. As long as he's near Stomp God, those cooldowns are going on down.
Yeah, and we're seeing the amount of
popping
healing output coming out of that Deckard is doing a fair amount of work. Just looking at the healing numbers, almost a full 10k of healing above Moops' Lily. And it's not too unexpected to have a Deckard high healing than a Lily, but it's a rather significant amount.
We do need some blood stacks, however. Lahal has completed his quest. He's going to be doing a lot of extra damage. But we are at 101 of the 200 meat stacks required.
There's that
Pesky
damage.
Deleted once again. How many deaths are we up to? I see 6. Expect
It's a
10
good
more by the
number.
end of this one. I like it. It's clean.
Yeah, and I'm really liking this Kel'Thuzad coming out of Lahal. When he does land those combos, that's a lot of damage to go through, and he's staying reasonably safe, except for the times when he's getting hooked out of place and taking a little bit of extra damage than necessary, but he's doing all right for himself. Oh, we
Bit of
do
a
it.
fight in top
Deceptive.
lane. Actually tried to get a kill. Shadowfish. Lahal getting a little bit aggressive there. No CC from ETC. Ulti a little bit concerned about his positioning. 3 level lead though. I'm scared. You're gonna hit 16. We're gonna hit 13. Talent tier advantages, XP advantages. You name it, you've got it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spot for my team right now. I'm pretty happy with where things are going. And because we have Ultivan going with that stage dive on the ETC, we do have that global presence, and we can keep on playing with that that macro style and really get those experience leads.
What is the posturing here? We're hanging around in that Bermuda Triangle. We're looking for a runner. Penta is on scouting duties. Looking to collect another brand new badge. There's going to be a fight to the left, but a fight to the right too. KV just gets deleted there by the one-shot combo of Kel'Thuzad, but Deceptive's trying to turn things around. Stump God has left the game. That is a classic if I've ever seen it.
Oh.
That's why I've drafted it. And Lucky is running into the tower. What is he doing?
Oh, I was worried about my team inching.
I'd love to just jump in comms right now. Give you a solo cast.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with how things are going, all things considered. I mean, I was number 4 in the pick, so I was always trying to just pick up whatever was left when it came to the players, but I'm actually pretty happy with the team put together, and they seem to be starting off nice and strong.
I've got KV in my DMs right now complaining. Good start, good start.
Hey, Skimmy, at least at the end of the day, you can say that it wasn't me who picked the teams. It was blank for the most part. So you can put a lot of the blame onto him. So either way, you can get off pretty easy with that.
You know, I just made sure I locked in my old school boys, you know, as long as I got KVA, as long as I got Lockett, fill in the blanks. We picked E-Girls. We're a family-focused team.
All right, so here comes a Dragonite pumping on a way through. There's a lot of damage going to KVA. He does manage to get out a fair bit. But Konyo, he's going to be the first target to almost go down, but with all the sustain, he's able to stay alive. Deceptive is on the backline trying to take care of the squishy targets, but gets punted away. And this is just going to be my team keeping on pushing through, applying the pressure. Konyo is just, he doesn't care. He's just going to keep on just sitting on that backline.
Yeah, completely outdrafted here. You know, we decide to lock in a comp. You guys go for the sweaty counter. I like it. You see it. Deceptive now trying to do a 1v5 situation. This is not a quick match. He gets punted right back in the base.
Oh, Tibium.
Go heal. Go away.
He was going to die to that.
Poise down.
He keeps on punting him mid-combo.
I like it. We're going to fall on down right now as Pesky has not fallen again. There's a reflect going for Penta, but the core falls down. before any of us can take you. GM Phoenix. That's a 1-0.